Hey Simmers, I'm back with another speed build. This time it's a double feature to fit the story that I came up with. I'm taking a classic horror story, The Mysterious Case of Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, and I've changed it a little. I created one sim who I forgot to put the pictures in the videos, and I built two apartments to represent the two different parts. The first apartment we're building is for the doctor persona, who in this case is female. Her name is Dr. Prudence Chastity Josephine Spencer. Yes, I know the irony of all those names. But she is more known by her colleagues and that as Dr. Jackie, hence Jekyll. Her apartment is very modern looking, very minimalistic. You'll see in the upstairs, I give her own lab. My idea is she built this lab when she got this apartment. It's just a small spot so she can continue to do her work. The idea I had to go with what's going on in the modern world is right now in the Sims world, they are dealing with quarantine and stuff like that due to an outbreak of rodent fever. Anyone who has the second worst pack now of my first pet stuff knows where that comes from. Highly contagious disease there. Here I'm trying to figure out how to divide the rooms up because I want the kitchen dining room area to be one part and the living room be another. So I eventually used the same kind of wall build that you've seen in others. And yeah, her again, it's very minimalistic, very black and white. I want it to kind of make it seem like she's very prim and proper. My idea for her is that she was raised by her family that her parents expected her to always have top grades. She was always uh, doing her schoolwork and stuff like that. Like her main focus. When we get into the actual upstairs lab, I put a using the cheat codes. I got diplomas for both Foxbury and Braychester. My idea is she got doctorates in various medical fields, and she does some research at home when she right now because she can't go in. Uh, the idea, uh, like I like about the kitchen, all that is I did use a lot of black and white grays for down below, and with pop, just the small bits of pop of color with the plants and the paintings. Upstairs, her bedroom is very minimalistic. It has a master bedroom. There's an upstairs bathroom as well, so her guests don't have to go into her room to use the bathroom. And her patio area is very minimalistic as well, which is off the master bedroom. Here we are moving to the upstairs, which was done in the second recording of the video. I tried to find floorings, like I said, is very gray tones, stuff like that for this apartment. Because I figured she's that very by the book. She's everything has to be in its place. She doesn't do much makeup, although you'll see a bunch of makeup put out. She does have it for special occasions, but most of the time she's very no makeup, no lipstick, nothing over extravagant. The sim I created, I have her in a lab coat as her everyday clothing. As you see, here's the makeup and all that getting put out. I figured I'd give her a nice little room. Again, sticking with the black and white darker tones. The hallway is pretty small, pretty plain. I used, again, white floors. I just basically copied the items from one bathroom to the other just to fill in her bathroom. And it's at least decorating her bedroom. I kind of want to give her, again, it's more gray tones and all that. I move, as you can see, I moved the things. I didn't put the curtains, plain white. Yeah, very white type bedroom. I think most of the color comes in with furniture I decided to put into, not furniture, just a few pops of color from bits of art. But it's a very gray bedroom. Like, the idea is she's very, um, she doesn't, how can I put it? She isn't very showy. She isn't very elaborate. She just likes to have items set out, all that. Now we're into the lab. This is where I did a bunch of work. You'll see that again, more weight and all that. And this is her like her home office and her home research area. I set it up so there is a few items here. I decided to make sure that there was well lighted over the counters that she works on. The only thing that isn't up here that I should have included was a fridge to store anything she has. So she does have a bit of a small, like I said, a small research area. I wanted to make sure she was able to do research in that at home. A bunch of the get to work stuff. So I figured I'd put out a bunch of the chemicals, which in theory should be stored in fridges, but they're going to be on a shelf. Because I decided that she has a lab at home. Originally, I had them on that wall, and then I decided to move to this wall because thought it looked a little bit better. And I put out all this stuff, and the idea is she does her research into emotions and biological effects of emotions. So, and with all the repression that she has of repressing her emotions, because yeah, I put these all in, and then I decided to delete them afterwards. I'm like, no, 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 that not not what I want. I'll just go with one. And the idea is she takes the syrup, just like in the actual story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and it lets loose her other half, which becomes Miss Heidi, who is more or less very open about who she is, isn't as repressed, and is a complete opposite. Where this place is nice, clean, neat, tidied, all set up to look like an an office and all that. And it's set up so it's so prim and proper, tidy. And there's the two diplomas that she has all this, and it's just so, I guess it's so prim and proper, and then nothing overly fancy. And like I said, the balcony is just like very minimalistic, so it's set up so she doesn't use the balcony that often. Here we are touring the her apartment. First floor is like the main living space. Nothing big there. I wanted a bit more modern type stairs. That's why you get the stairs that have nothing underneath them and all that. And you can tell it's this very neat and tidy. Like, she has to be well presented. presentable. This is how she was brought up. Everything had its place. Nothing's laying about. You don't leave stuff out on the counters and all that. When she drinks the syrup and becomes Miss Heidi, her apartment is the exact opposite. And you'll start seeing that when we switch over to that build, which is right after watching this. And it's also the shorter of the two builds, because I knew what I wanted for it when I built that one, where this one was a bit more of a thinking process. And there's her lab. I think it's just the touring that moving around the camera that causes those odd glitches where we kind of get these blinks on the bottom of the screen and sides. But yeah, in reality, those should all open in a fridge, but we don't have an empty fridge with just a door. And I don't, other than the red shelf, I don't download CC. And this is where I was taking screenshots. Now we're moving into the apartment that's Miss Heidi's. Yes, I'm using the 1313 building, the one that has the body on the outline on the floor. I just kind of ignored it. I really wish you could go in and like delete the mouse holes and that and all that. I know there's probably a mod that lets you do that, but again, this one is more ran down. You'll see like the used counters from City Living, and it's very filthy, very dirty, old appliances, teared up linoleum that's kind of being torn up, stained walls. I used the furniture that you'd get from the flea market and the bed that doesn't really that looks worn and old. And I took like the TV set with the rabbit ears, and the idea is just this place is just ran down. Like she pays for it through actual cash instead of doing anything. I tried to pick stuff that looks that you'd picture people a ran down place would have, like folding chairs instead of actual dining chairs. There's a lot of water stains and it's dirty and ugly, disgusting old rugs and broken and chipped furniture. You could say it is rustic, but the idea was that this was supposed to be ran down and all just grimy and grungy. The exact opposite of what her place, the doctor's place, was like. You'll find cobwebs, and then I started bringing in a lot of the dirty um, clutter from eco lifestyle and lots of scratches. Where as Dr. Jackie, she's very, I'll say, sexually repressed. Where in her Miss Heidi persona, a lot of that is let go, and like that's why there's scratch marks above the bed. I'll leave it to your imagination on what happens. And tons of bottles, tons of alcohol bottles, juice bottles. I grab a lot of the eco lifestyle, playful and flirty fizzy drinks, and they're all over the apartment as well. Like the idea was that this is as Heidi, she's doesn't have to hold things in anymore, and she's free. And there's bottles in the bathroom and on the floor throughout the house. Like the whole idea was this place was supposed to be just ran down, like the exact opposite. There's glasses, stuff all over. Like I had a lot of fun doing this, and this one was very quick and easy building. You have pizza boxes everywhere. Like she doesn't care here. Like she doesn't have to be this pristine person who's presentable and all that all the time. Yes, there's dishes everywhere too. Like I just wanted to make this look like she's given herself freedom just to be going. And I wasn't expecting the volume there. I forgot to silence that. Don't worry, I fixed it. And here's we're just touring. So on Monday I will have my next build tour up. I have an idea for that already. And next Friday I will have the last of my Halloween type builds. I already know it's going to be just a plain old Victorian style haunted house in Sleepy Hollow. Not Sleepy Hollow, Forgotten Hollow. So if you've gotten this far, leave a like, leave a comment, and until next time, Susu.